What's up, guys? So, all right, here's the thing, and I really want you guys to hear me on this. Hopefully, I won't take too long, but I really want you guys to understand a couple of things. I know, first and foremost, before I get into the topic, I know that it's summer. I know that everyone is busy. I know that we're being pulled in many different directions. I know we don't feel like maybe showing up. But here's the thing, if you truly, truly want this, and if you truly, truly want this to be a source of something that can do magical things for you, if you truly want to make income, if you truly want to make a difference, make an impact, then I think every single one of you need to do some self-reflection and ask yourself, are you truly showing up in the way that you need to be? I know that life is crazy and life is busy, and that's kind of what leading me into this topic. You guys, here's what I want you to understand about stress. Stress is absolutely inevitable, right? Can we level set that? Can we understand that all of life is going to have stressors, right? Natural, inflicted, self-inflicted, right? There's a lot of things that we do to add stress to ourselves that we don't need to. Let me explain. So, for example, did you know that a certain amount of stress is actually good for the body? It allows our body to increase our coping mechanisms. It allows our body to produce adaptogens. It allows our body to literally perform in the way that it was intended. And I think many of us look at stress and we're like, oh my gosh, no, Now, although some stress isn't always heartwarming, great stress, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you have got to stop focusing your energy on the stressor itself and instead start focusing your energy on the things that can make the stressor not seem as intense. Self-care, right? A positive mental attitude, right? What about taking your supplements and watching what you're eating? What about taking care of your body? What about getting rest? Those are all things that are self-inflicted. If those are falling short in your life, it's because you're allowing it to. Period. It is. It's because you're allowing those things to fall, to not be a priority in your life. But what you're allowing yourself to do is worry about a stressor that you can't directly impact. When you say it out loud, it's actually the most insane thing to say, right? Think about it. Oh, I am choosing not to perform self-care and work on my health and work on my positive mental attitude and work on my self-discipline, but I am choosing to instead worry about a stressor that was going to happen anyway. What? Right? Like, what are we doing? So I challenge you today to look at stress not just in a negative light, because stress is doing more things for you than you could ever do for you in regards to adapting, coping, increasing your thought processes, critical thinking skills, being able to pivot. What about, adversity and resilience, right? I mean, the body is resilient to stress, guys. We were not made to not have any stress, period. What it's not resilient to is negative self-care. What it's not resilient to over prolonged periods of time is telling yourself negative thoughts. It is neglecting your body and not putting good things into your body, right? It is not resilient against toxic people and toxic environments and what you choose to allow every single day. It is not resilient to negative self-discipline where you want to sit down unmotivated. What? You're unmotivated in your entire life? I mean, because here's the thing. If you're unmotivated to work a business, then you are unmotivated in many other places in your life. And I would literally bet $1 million that is correct. When we choose to not increase the momentum and the self-discipline we have in every facet of our life, then that means more than likely, more than one area of our life is suffering right now. Right now, in this moment, I can guarantee many of you are struggling in multiple different areas of your life. And I'm going to ask you this question. Why is that? It is not anybody else's fault, but it is your own. You can't control what people do to you, say to you. You can't control what external environments happen or don't happen. You can't control who gets sick and who doesn't. You can't control some of the things that are out of your control. But what you can control is your mental attitude. It is your ability to take care of your health. It is self-care. It is showing up and staying close to the fire and allowing other people to bounce ideas off of you. It is giving someone input that maybe an experience you've went through, right? That, hey, you know what, I've been here and this is how I dealt with it. Hey, you know what, this may help you, right? Or, you know, it's getting poured into in a way that you don't get every single day. But because we're tired or we're busy or we say we're busy or we say we're this, we say we're that, we are choosing, right? We are choosing to stay in the state of what we think is stress. No, stress is one thing. Your self-inflicted stress is a whole nother ballgame. So I encourage you guys to truly do some deep thinking in the next couple of days, because you either want it or you don't. And when I say business, want it, I don't mean just business. I mean anything in your life. You either want it or you don't. And you can't have one foot in and one foot out and expect magical things to happen, because it's not, right? It's not. You either have to fully commit to being the best possible version of yourself and all that it entails, and not whining, complaining, groaning, moaning, all the other things that go with it, or you choose to be the worst possible version of yourself. The choice is yours. And you can choose that every single day. But here's the thing. If you choose to be the worst possible version of yourself, you are not the only one suffering. So many people around you are. And how selfish of you to allow that to happen. Because every single one of you that are watching this right now, I believe in every single one of you. I know that deep down inside there was a yearning and a want and a desire to want more and to have more and to do more and to be more. But somewhere along the line, we got distracted. And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why it's prolonged. I don't know why for some of you can't bounce back. I don't know why for some of you it is so difficult to understand that it is a normal process of growth. I don't know why some of you are holding on to so many past hurts, past relationships, like not forgiving people, anger, frustration. I don't know why you're holding on to it. But I am going to encourage you right now to let it go. Let it go, because the longer you allow things from your past to shackle you down, the longer you're going to sit in this place. You will never, ever, ever, ever progress forward and stay there. And for that, it makes me sad, right? I don't want that for any of you. And I work tirelessly every single day to be the best version of myself. I'm far from perfect, but I'll be damned if I sit around and I do nothing. I'll be damned if I sit around and allow my negative self-habits compound day after day. I'll be damned if I don't check in with my team in a week. I'll be damned if I don't go live or post on my page or let people know what it is I'm doing. How do you think we're supposed to build a consistent network of people when we're not consistent? Someone tell me, because if you can give me that answer, I will actually appreciate that, because I, to this day, have never been good at that, right? Like, I know if I don't show up, ain't nothing gonna happen. If I don't show up, my check isn't going up, right? If I don't show up, I can't impact and change lives. If I don't show up, I can't do all the things that I set out to do. If I don't show up, then I'm telling God that him placing this business in my path was a mistake. If I don't show up, then I'm telling my kids they're not worth it. If I don't show up, I'm telling myself I'm not worth it. If I don't show up, I'm telling my team they're not worth it. If I don't show up, I'm telling my sidelines and all the people that haven't even interacted with me yet. I'm telling them, you are not good enough. I no longer need this in my life. And I am choosing to allow myself to sit in the emotions and the feelings that I have right now, which 9 times out of 10 are negative, right? So I wanted to get on here and talk about stress, but I think it has a lot to do with how many of you may be feeling, may be acting, may be responding, may be going through. And I want you to know, don't beat yourself up about it. We do enough of that. What you need to do is allow yourself to let the stress that you cannot control go. Let it go. Because you can't control it. Why are you allowing it to take up real estate in this precious brain? Like, let it go, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And allow yourself the opportunity to know what true self-care is every single day, not just one day. And if saying yes to other things and other people is saying no to you, you've got to take things off your plate. It is inexcusable to continue to allow yourself to decline for the benefit of other people. That's not admirable. That's not admirable. I'm going to say that is not something to be admired for. I'm just going to be real, right? It is not something. I would rather take advice from someone who is in the trenches, in the muds, but they're not making millions of dollars, but their self-care is on point and they're a way to interact and affect their community is great. And their ability to have self-discipline to show up every single day is amazing versus someone who is a millionaire who literally hair is falling out. Their health is horrible. They're in and out of the hospital. They're in and out of the stress. They're in and out of depression. They're in and out of all of these things because they're choosing everyone else before them. And at the end of the day, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. And we've got to do some hard self-reflection to understand what it is we're allowing to happen. Because here's the thing, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And if unnecessary things are happening, it's because you're allowing it. I do not care what anybody says. If things are happening that are not suitable for you and the way that you want your life to go, it's because you're allowing it. And if it happens in an uncontrollable way, you have the ability to turn it off, to choose not to focus on it, to not dwell in it, and to move on. But what we tend to do is we're like, oh no, here's another stressor. Oh great, it only happens to me. Great, well now I have to get rid of working out and taking my supplements so that I can focus on this. Who said that? Who said that? You? Right? So I want you guys to understand that every single one of you have value. Every single one of you can do anything you want to do, whether it's this business or not. But here's the thing, you've got to win the battle in your mind, people. This is the book that I actually have read, and I'm going to start reading again. And I think I want to start something with this team because it's called Winning the Battle in Your Mind. You are not competing against everybody else. You compete against yourself, you guys. And we are so good at self-sabotaging that you don't even know that you do it anymore. Like, you are so good at self-sabotaging that you don't even know that that is what you're doing. And when someone tells you that that's what you're doing, then you go into this whole denial stage because you're in your feelings because you didn't think that that was what you were doing. Well, sis, I'm sorry to tell you that's what you're doing, right? For those of you that want to step up and do more, here's the thing. Who's gone live about their vision? Who's done that? This started last Wednesday, right? To say that I'm disappointed is one thing, but at the end of the day, I'm not. Because I know that I can only control what I do, right? I can't and I will not and I refuse to take any responsibility for other people that don't take responsibility for themselves. And this is not to say that, oh, I'm red, I'm mean. No, this is anything in my life. I refuse to do this with anybody in my life because if it's taking energy from me, if it's taking, precious minutes and moments from me to go towards something good, then it's not for me. It's not for me, right? So I want you to do some self-reflection. I want you to ask yourself, are you being the best version of yourself or are you being the worst one? And if you're being the worst one, it's because you're choosing it. And if you're being the best one, it's because you're choosing it. It comes down to a choice and you got to ask yourself, what today are you choosing? Because today can be different than yesterday, people. Okay? There is not some magical thing you have to read, do, say, preach, teach, whatever. You can make a decision to do better. So I ask you in your life in general, whether it's this business or not, are you willing? Are you wanting? Are you ready to work to do better? Are you ready to let the stressors in your life that are uncontrollable go? Are you ready to let it go? It's not your business to understand why some things happen. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is to understand what can you learn from it. Your purpose is to understand that with every adversity you are given, it is because he is trying to promote and elevate you. Stop getting in your little feelings about why everything negative is happening. Stop being problem focused, but solution oriented, people. At the end of the day, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, right? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you I know has it in you. But somewhere along the line, whether it's been the last few weeks, the last month, the last few days, the last 6 months, the last 2 years, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it's been. What matters is that are you going to say enough is enough? And are you going to take back the joy you once had? It's yours. He gave it to you, but you willingly gave it up. And you may not have given it up at once, but you gave a little bit to this person, a little bit to that thing, a little bit to that person, a little bit to that thing, a little bit to this, a little bit to that. And before you know it, you have absolutely nothing. What good is that, right? I said it before, I'll say it again. It is not admirable to take on the stressors of other people and other things. Guys, listen, I don't care if it's your kids. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your siblings, your freaking friends, your random people on social media. I don't care who it is. If someone is not adding value, but they're taking value from you, then you've got to evaluate if it's necessary for your next level. If things are falling apart around you and you're like, oh no, I gotta get myself back together. I gotta fix this. I gotta pull this back up. I gotta put this piece back in. Why? If it fell down, leave it down and evaluate if you need it. If the relationship ended, evaluate if you need it. Why are you so quick to get something back that ended in the first place? Why are you so quick to assume that everything that's happening is not God making it happen, and you're assuming it's happening because of self-infliction or something that you're doing or something that was just random? Nothing is random. Nothing is random. Okay? So I leave you with that. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I want more for you guys. But I think in order to get what it is you want, you got to give what you want. And I mean that with the most sincerity in my heart, you guys. I want people that are with me to work this business and to change lives. So I am giving that to this business. I am giving myself discipline. I am giving my attention and focus. And you know what the beautiful thing about this is I'm working less. And I'm more effective because I am choosing to be so incredibly focused when I am working that stuff's getting done, okay? So what you want, you've got to give first. You want more money? Okay, get more money. You want more money? And how's it going to come by? Giving more of your time, right? You need more time from people to pour into them, so give them more time. You want to be better at posting, so then start posting more. Right? You give what you want, right? Money is what you want, sure, but back it out. What equates to more money? It's relationships with people. So start building them. It's new blood. It's talking to new people. It's getting yourself out there. No matter if they're going to say no or cuss you out. Who cares? Who cares? You think they're going to remember you tomorrow? No, right? So you got to give what you want. And I promise you, the more you give what you want, you will see miraculous things start to happen. It's incredible, you guys. And I've only been doing this for a solid week, and I've realized that when my habits serve me, I can serve other people so much better, right? Like when my habits are in check and I'm on it and I'm doing what I need to do, not only for my business, but for my family, for my kids, for me, it's like I can be a better person. I am a better person because I'm not focused on all the crap that I can't control, right? So I want to leave you with that. And I keep saying that, but I am going to leave you with that. It's hot in here. So I got to go into a couple stores, but I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to evaluate that. Whoever is going to go live about their vision, do it before Wednesday, you guys. I'm excited. My girl and I, we're going to go live, not live. For our team huddle, we're going to be introducing what we've been doing for the last week, couple of weeks, and it has been explosive, you guys, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So hopefully you guys can get on Wednesday, and we will talk later. All right, guys, bye.